Fishing a hollow-bodied frog is something that's gotten very popular in the last 5 to 10 years. It allows you to fish a bait where we really didn't have something to fish in those areas before. Extremely heavy cover is the primary name of frog fishing. The way a frog is shaped, with its bottom side being real slick, no hooks exposed, you can throw that bait through the middle of almost anything, and so that allows you to fish in those places where some really big bass live that you've not been able to catch before. The Terminator walking frog is a great choice because of its shape. It's a little bit bigger bodied frog than a lot of the ones on the market, so it's going to target a little bit bigger fish. If it's not shaped right, it's not going to have a very good action in the water. It's got to have a low center of gravity and extremely rear weighted. With those features like the Terminator walking frog has, it's going to make that bait walk a lot easier. A lot of other frogs are fairly difficult to walk. You have to kind of know what you're doing with them to make those baits get a good walking action. Not with the Terminator walking frog. Almost anybody can throw this frog out and get it to walk pretty quick. Some of the features that really separate the Terminator walking frog from other ones on the market: number one is the shape and the placement of the weight. It's kind of a trapezoid type shape back here, and it's designed to where it's not going to be in the way of the hook. So if you don't have a good, heavy, wide gap hook in that bait, it doesn't matter how many bites you're going to get, because you're not going to catch hardly any of them. You've got to have plenty of hook gap for that body to collapse to be able to drive the hook into those fish's mouth. But one of the things that we put into this bait, kind of one of the features, the built-in aspects of it, is a little drain hole back here in the back. You know, when you're fishing a lot of frogs and you're working that bait extremely hard in the water, it's going to get some water in that bait. With a lot of baits, you have to, after every cast or every other cast, bring the bait in and squeeze the water out of it. With this drain hole and the Terminator frog, whenever you make the next cast, it slings every bit of the water out of it. So there's none of that wasted time to dry your frog back out after every cast. You can see the action of this Terminator walking frog. Whenever I pop the line, it really moves side to side. You can move that bait a great amount side to side, back and forth, without a lot of forward travel. That's what really makes this frog, I mean, just awesome, because of how much movement you get side to side in one place without it ever leaving the strike zone of that fish. The reason every angler should have a Terminator walking frog in their arsenal is to fit all of those heavy cover situations where you need a bait that's going to walk, it's going to stay in the strike zone, and it's going to catch fish where you've not been able to fish a bait before. But this will be a bait to fish in heavy cover where those fish just won't chase something else. You can keep it in the strike zone and make them bite it.